Welcome to my channel. On today's episode of Keeping It Real with Kelechi, we're going to be talking on keeping malice. Actually, what's keeping malice? The dictionary meaning of keeping malice is have an evil intention towards somebody. When you plan to do evil to somebody, but no, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to be discussing on keeping malice when you're not talking to your colleagues, your friends, your loved one, your spouse, your kids. I'm kidding. Whosoever you used to talk to previously, and now you like don't want to talk to them anymore because you're mad at them, you're angry at them because of some reasons. Okay, now how does keeping malice affect your kids? Malice affects every part of you. Oh, it affects you because you're not going to be happy at yourself when you're not talking to that loved one that makes you happy, because you're going to be bothered. It's going to affect your work, it's going to affect your everything, and you're not going to be emotionally stable. Sometimes you could make mistake at work. Yeah, it does happen to me. When I'm having that mad face with my husband, it affects my work, it affects whatever I do. So that makes it not to be advised for you to hurt yourself in that manner. Be happy always because life is too short. So let's go to how it affects your kids too. Keeping malice affects your kids because uh, most of the times these little kids do not know how to handle it. When their best friends is not talking to them, when when their best friends doesn't talk to them, it affects them because that their best friend, there are some things they discuss with them that makes them happy, and they are now holding it to themselves. Sometimes it can affect their school too. Academically, they could be doing poor. You don't know what is going on at that week. Always come close to your kids as parents. Be a good listener to your kids, even when they are discussing the most stupid thing. Listen to them, give them that listening ear so that they could be able to discuss with you. Mommy, my best friend is not talking to me because this happened, that happened. And you could have, that will give you the opportunity to come into their life and discuss with them. Hey baby girl, learn to talk things out when you have issues with your best friend at school or wherever it is. Learn to discuss things with them, learn to communicate with them, say your mind to them, and both of you, if you both are actually best friends, you should be able to talk things out within yourself and settle down. Having it in mind, bearing it in mind that it is now affecting your emotions, is now affecting whatever you're doing, even your academics. So parents, be close to your girl child mostly, even your boy. Be close to your kids, that's what I'm trying to say, so that you could know when they are passing through whatever is going through with them emotionally. Whenever they are not talking to their best friends or their best friends not talking to them, be closer to your kids. Be closer to your kids. That helps a lot. Then, even as those adults, if you're married or you have a boyfriend or whatever it is, if keeping malice, if you know, for some guys actually, when you ask them for something, they're not gonna do it. But if you keep malice with them for like a day or two, guess what? They do it. Girl, if that works for you, then do it. Keep malice with him and get what you want. But it's a win-win thing. Relationship, marriage, it got no manner. Whatever works for you doesn't work for me. So if keeping malice with your spouse work for you, then do it. But if it doesn't work for you, girl, don't go there. Because when you do it, then it has its own negative effect too. Because your spouse, if he's really your friend, he would discuss everything with you. That lessens communication within those two periods. And that thing that happened in that 2 days could be so important that both of you need to iron it out. And he will forget to tell you. Trust me, when you guys reconcile, most of the times, nobody remembers to go back and discuss that important thing. And later, it could give a negative effect because your contribution, your 1% contribution to that your spouse, to that advice he needs at that particular time, you guys are keeping malice or having that issue, is really important and he needs it. But because of that attitude or whatever happened in between, you guys were not able to discuss it. And later, it could lead, and you guys weren't able to discuss it, and because you didn't discuss it later, it could lead to a negative effect. So I advise communication is really important in marriages, in relationship, even in our kids. Be a good listener. Always communicate with your spouse, and please avoid malice. Personally, it affects me a lot. I don't like it. Whenever you hurt me, I will always come to you to discuss with you. Hey, this happened, that happened, and we iron things out, we communicate, and everything goes fine. So I advise you all to always learn to communicate, listen, and never to keep malice because it hurts you. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button if you actually love the speech. Thank you guys.